This is where Gervonta Davis steps away from sold-out arenas, knockout checks, and flashing cameras, and into quiet wealth and deliberate living. But before the space, the silence, and the millions, the story has to rewind. Back to the journey that transformed raw power into real freedom. Gervonta Davis was born on November 7, 1994, in Baltimore, Maryland, and raised in the Sandtown-Winchester neighborhood of West Baltimore, a place known more for endurance than opportunity. His early years were shaped by instability. Both of his parents battled addiction and spent time in and out of prison, forcing Davis and his older brother to grow up quickly. Childhood didn't offer many options. Boxing did. At just 5 years old, Davis walked into the Upton Boxing Center and met Calvin Ford, the man who would redefine his future. Ford wasn't simply a trainer. He became structure, discipline, and at times a stand-in father. Under his guidance, Davis learned how to channel chaos into control. What followed was nothing short of remarkable. As an amateur, Davis dominated the national scene. He captured 3 straight Silver Gloves national championships from 2006 through 2008, followed by a Golden Gloves national title in 2012. Add in 2 national junior Olympic gold medals and 2 ringside world championships, and his amateur resume closed at an eye-opening 206 wins against just 15 losses. School was never the priority, survival was. Davis attended Digital Harbor High School but eventually left to commit fully to boxing. He later completed his education through a GED program, a reminder that his real classroom had always been the gym. Turning professional in early 2013, Davis wasted no time making an impression. He stopped Desi Williams in the first round of his debut, immediately signaling what was coming. By mid-2014, he stood 8-0, dismantling opponents with speed, timing, and power that felt well beyond his age. The undefeated run quietly continued until 2017, when everything changed. That year, Davis challenged unbeaten champion Jose Pedraza for the IBF super featherweight title. 7 rounds later, Davis was a world champion at just 22 years old. He defended the belt with another knockout before being stripped of the title after missing weight, an early lesson in how unforgiving boxing can be outside the ring. Instead of stalling, Davis adjusted. In 2018, he claimed the WBA super featherweight title and defended it multiple times before moving up in weight. In 2019, he captured the WBA lightweight championship. Then in 2020, he delivered one of the most iconic knockouts of the decade, flattening Leo Santa Cruz with a single left uppercut that instantly became boxing legend. The ascent continued. In 2021, Davis stopped Mario Barrios to conquer the super lightweight division. He later returned to lightweight, proving durability by going the full 12 rounds against Isaac Cruz. In 2023, he reached full crossover stardom by defeating Ryan Garcia with a perfectly timed body shot in one of boxing's biggest pay-per-view events. Power, patience, precision. In 2024, Davis silenced any doubts about inactivity by defending his WBA lightweight title with an 8th-round knockout of Frank Martin at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. When the bell rang, it was clear. His edge hadn't faded. And when the noise finally dies down, when the gloves come off, that instinct for control leads him somewhere else entirely. Back to calm. Back to space. Back to the Florida estate he now calls home. Built in 2017, Davis's Parkland, Florida estate sits quietly on one of the area's most desirable streets, chosen not for visibility but for distance. From the outside, the house doesn't announce celebrity. It waits. 2 gated entrances open to a long private driveway, immediately separating everyday life from fight night chaos. The home spans nearly 9,000 square feet, revealing its scale gradually. Wide staircases guide visitors toward double front doors, creating presence without excess. Inside, the first impression isn't luxury, it's restraint. A floor-to-ceiling glass wine cellar anchors the foyer. Clean. Architectural. More statement than indulgence. A quiet flex that doesn't need explanation. Vertical space defines the interior. 30-foot ceilings stretch overhead, flooding the home with light and air. Nothing feels confined, not the rooms, not the mindset. The open-concept kitchen sits at the center of the home, expansive and practical. Designed for daily rhythm, not showpiece hosting. Balance is everything here. A private home theater offers escape. No crowd noise, no spotlight. Just reset. A dedicated office reflects Davis's increasing focus on business and long-term planning. A fully equipped home gym ensures preparation never depends on outside schedules. Even at home, discipline remains part of the routine. Above it all sits one of the estate's most striking features. A private staircase from the primary suite leads to a rooftop observatory, opening uninterrupted views across the surrounding landscape. Below, a resort-style pool, gazebo, and manicured grounds stretch toward the edge of the property. Beyond that, the pristine fairways of the Parkland Golf and Country Club offer rare South Florida privacy and silence. The heart of the home unfolds as a single, fluid open-plan space where living, dining, and entertaining coexist without boundaries. Floor-to-ceiling glass doors open onto an expansive private terrace, creating a seamless connection between indoors and out. It's the kind of space where morning coffee feels richer and nighttime quiet feels deserved. This isn't a penthouse designed for noise or excess. It's designed for stillness. That same philosophy carries into the kitchen. A waterfall-edge marble island commands attention without demanding it, paired with a herringbone marble backsplash and professional-grade Sub-Zero and Wolf appliances. Custom-built cabinetry keeps the look sharp and uncluttered, while oversized windows ensure the city skyline is always present. Adjacent to the kitchen, a cozy breakfast nook and family living area sit beside a gas fireplace. Subtle warmth, never overstated. A floating staircase leads to the upper level, opening into a flexible mezzanine space that can easily shift between a home office, training area, or private retreat, all while preserving uninterrupted views. The primary suite is its own world, stretching from east to west with a private seating area and dual walk-in closets. The spa-inspired bathroom features natural stone finishes, a rainfall shower with full body jets, a freestanding soaking tub, and a custom double vanity paired with a smart mirror that doubles as a television. Luxury that understands how modern life is actually lived. 2 additional bedrooms, each with ensuite bathrooms, complete the upper floor, offering privacy without compromise. 5 dedicated garage spaces and on-site storage add functionality to the exclusivity. Silo Point's amenities extend that lifestyle even further. Residents enjoy 24-hour concierge service, executive management, a full-scale fitness center with yoga studios and treatment rooms, conference spaces, a game lounge, and a sky lounge with sweeping city views. Once a 1920s grain warehouse, the building now blends its industrial past with steel, glass, and concrete modernism. Much like Davis himself, shaped by where he came from, but firmly rooted in the present. This penthouse isn't about leaving Baltimore behind. It's about respecting it. The skyline reminds him of his origins, while the machines waiting below hint at where he's headed next. The car collection tells its own story. Like his fighting style, each vehicle represents a specific mood, purpose, and mindset. The Lamborghini Aventador is pure aggression. A naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 pushing roughly 730 horsepower, launching from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Sharp angles, a low stance, and an unapologetically loud presence. It feels more like a weapon than a car. This is Tank on Fight Week. Explosive, intimidating, impossible to ignore. Where the Aventador thrives on chaos, the Lamborghini Urus delivers controlled force. Its twin-turbo V8 produces 641 horsepower, sending the SUV to 60 in just over 3 seconds, quicker than many supercars. Yet it offers everyday usability, space, and comfort. For Davis, the Urus is balance. Spectacle without sacrifice. The Ferrari F8 Tributo shifts the tone entirely. Its 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8 produces 710 horsepower, paired with surgical handling and near-perfect balance. This car isn't about dominance, it's about precision. Smooth lines replace sharp edges, and performance feels intentional rather than reckless. Then comes quiet power. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan glides forward with a 6.75-liter V12 producing 563 horsepower, but the experience is almost silent. Hand-stitched leather, plush carpets, and near-total isolation from the outside world define the ride. This is Davis away from cameras, guarded, calm, untouched by noise. And finally, the most unexpected choice. The USSV Rhino GX. Built on a heavy-duty truck platform with armored construction, a 450-horsepower diesel engine, and military-inspired design, it feels less like transportation and more like protection. High clearance, reinforced panels, and an overwhelming presence make it impossible to overlook. A vehicle chosen by someone who understands that safety itself is a luxury. Each car reflects a different version of Gervonta Davis, not the headline fighter, but the man navigating movement, risk, and control. And when the engines go quiet and the garage doors close, one question remains. What does a life built on power actually generate? Financially, Davis holds an estimated net worth of around $10 million, a reflection of strategic timing rather than constant activity. He has captured world titles across multiple divisions, including the IBF Super Featherweight Championship and WBA titles at Super Featherweight and Lightweight. In 2022, the Boxing Journalists Association of America placed him among the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. The defining financial moment came in April 2023, when Davis faced Ryan Garcia in one of boxing's most anticipated events. The deal was calculated. Davis secured a guaranteed $5 million, while Garcia earned $2.5 million. Ticket sales alone reached approximately $20 million. But the real leverage came from a 50-50 split of pay-per-view profits. With estimates placing total PPV revenue near $20 million, Davis likely added another $10 million, bringing his total earnings for the night close to $15 million. The largest payday of his career, sealed with a perfectly timed body shot in round 7. Outside the ring, endorsements provide consistent income without diluting his image. Davis signed a long-term deal with Under Armour around 2017, rooted in his Baltimore identity and raw fighting style. Additional partnerships with Nike, Reebok, Ethica, Puma, and other lifestyle brands followed. These collaborations don't just generate revenue, they extend visibility, fueled by knockout highlights and strong social media presence. Away from contracts and cameras, his focus shifts toward the quieter parts of life. Davis has never been married, a decision that aligns with his deeply private nature. Relationships have often unfolded under public scrutiny, though he's never tried to turn them into a narrative. One of his earliest long-term relationships was with Andrita Smothers, also known as Dree Star. Though it ended painfully, it created a lifelong connection through fatherhood, an experience Davis has said fundamentally changed him. Between 2018 and 2019, he dated social media personality Ariana Fletcher, a high-profile relationship that drew intense attention. Brief connections, including one with Yaya Mayweather, kept him in headlines he never actively pursued. His most significant recent relationship has been with Vanessa Paso, a Colombian entrepreneur and jewelry brand owner. Beginning around 2020, their on and off relationship played out publicly. In 2022, a domestic violence case drew widespread attention, though the allegations were later withdrawn and the case dismissed. Despite the turbulence, the two reconciled, welcoming children in 2021 and again in 2024. Including his child with Andrita Smothers, Davis is the father of 3. Fatherhood remains the quiet center of his life. He rarely shares his children publicly.